Hello, and welcome back. Let's look at race baiting more. So, this time, let's look at Steve Shives, who is very odd, pole racist kind of a motherfucker. So, let's see how he tries to race bait today about Black Lives Matter and police brutality and police shootings and whatever. So this is from Facepalm 5, July 11, 2015, and the fifth claim is a friendly reminder that American police like to shoot black folks.
A friendly reminder that American police like to shoot black folks. Last week, two more black American men who seemed to be posing no immediate threat were fatally shot by police. Their names are Alton Sterling of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Philando Castile of Falcon Heights, Minnesota.
So, right off the bat, we have problem. But because where have we heard that Baton Rouge? Yes. It was where there were Black Lives Matter protests because of these two shooting incidents and cops being killed. Other place was Dallas and other place was Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So, right off the bat, two cases. Other one, I have to kinda, like, I'm on a fence, like, it was pretty odd, like, this police officer stops a person with a busted tail light, and then things lead to shooting, and it's very hard to say one way or another, but I can give it to you that that's a murky situation, but the other person threatened with gun this shopkeeper, and he there is this three strikes law. So basically, if you get caught 3 times, you get a long sentence. And guess what? It was the 3rd time. And he resisted the arrest and he got killed. So a criminal got killed by the police while doing illegal stuff and resisting arrest. So what can I say?
Both men apparently were armed at the time, although neither one of them seemed ready to use their guns to threaten the police who were confronting them, and Philando Castile was a licensed gun carrier, according to his girlfriend who was with him at the time and who live streamed the aftermath of his killing. He had informed the officer that he was...
Yes, we have heard from his girlfriend, who is not, of course, biased or anything, like, of course not biased, and we have not heard from the cop. We have not heard actually from the cop, and one of these cases, you can't even see the shooting happening on film, so you just because you claim that cops like to shoot black people, you just claim that you know how they think and it was racially motivated, even though there are 2 cases and you didn't even see one of those shootings took place. You just assume that it must be. And by the way, this kind of race baiting directly leads to the unnecessary killing of police officers like we witnessed at Baton Rouge. I give you the benefit of doubt that when you did this video, Baton Rouge police killing did not happen, but come on, one of these guys were shot by police And these two cases were just before the Dallas shooting, and after that the Baton Rouge shooting. Now tell me there is no correlation. When we can have honest discussion about how to prevent black crime and black shootings and black people getting killed, then I'm all for it. But like, the thing is that I'm not sure if Black Lives Matter is necessarily even that interested in genuine discussion where they are ready to admit that maybe they resist somewhat of the arrest, and they really shouldn't do that. You shouldn't resist an arrest. If police wants to arrest you, that will lead you to you dying statistically, were you black or white. It is dangerous thing to resist the arrest or try to, if police says that hands up, stop, and oh, just get my ID. Like you are, they don't know if you are drawing a gun or whatever. I know it's bullshit, no one can read anyone's mind, but let's see what the mentality is, what Black Lives Matter want to promote. How do you bring this discussion? No, we don't want to take any responsibility for the problems in our own community. We are little children and we want you adults, white people, to fix this for us. We are children and we just wanna have riots and promote killing cops, and then you fix this with some kind of legislation or abolish the police. Oh my god, they're so much racist.
I've been hearing here, this is the reason why our young people are hopeless in America. Our young people are hopeless because you have all these adults here who are not listening to our young people.
You are hopeless in America because you buy into this race-baiting bullshit, and because of articles and videos like this, like the one Steve Shives did, and MTV Decoded, and many Young Turks, and many else, you believe it, and you get the crazies to act on it because they feel threatened, because you tell them that they are threatened, that the majority is against the minority, the police are going to kill the black people, and there is no distinction that statistically criminal people are more likely to get shot by police than just innocent law-abiding citizens. Because I think that matters a lot, because it's like police are against criminals, it's cops versus robbers, and then it's not that they just police go and shoot everyone on the street. It's not like that. But let's see what you want.
They talk about black on black crime in Chicago. I'm from Chicago. My organizing and activism has been on intra-community violence. We understand, like what she was talking about. How violence is. We got the point. What I'm trying to say is here.
Wait, let her finish.
We need to abolish the police. Period. And this
Abolish the
militarize the police, disarm the police, and we need to come up with community solutions for transformative justice. What we are seeing with all these cases, what we are seeing, can we all agree that a loss of a life is tragic? Can we all agree on that?
Can I emotionally blackmail you all to agree that we don't need the police? We just want total chaos on the streets. We just want this area where everything goes. Black people wanna police each other or something, or maybe no one polices anything. Like maybe they just happily live in place where police are banned. What the hell? That's the craziest claim I've ever heard. You are not doing much better, Steve Shives. Steve shit.
Armed and told him when he reached his handbag that he was reaching for his wallet, not his gun.
Yes, because the police can read your mind. If you are reaching, if you are confident enough that you are reaching for the right thing, then go ahead.
The officer shot him anyway. So far in 2016, American police have killed 561 people. Of those, 136 have been black. Black Americans account for 12% of the overall population, but 24% of those killed so far this year by police.
That is correct, but then again, let's see how much white people are killed, and let's remember that the people killed, only 13% of the population is black, and something like 61% is white. Let's see. So let's just look here. 235 people being killed, white people being killed by the police, and I bet you didn't hear this when you subscribe to that Black Lives Matter propaganda. There was no news organization reporting on these cases, because whatever, if a cops kill a white male, then whatever, you know, it happens. Criminals get shot, it's okay, whatever. But if a police kill black person, then completely innocent, we need to take those guns away from the police. Oh my god, this is unjust. They are all 100%, like, we had slavery 150 years ago, slavery, so it's white problem. We should, that horribly racist police, take their guns away and don't let them do their job, because they're just a horribly racist.
Alton Sterling was selling CDs in front of a convenience store, and Philando Castile was driving and had been pulled over for a broken taillight. In case you're wondering what they did to deserve it. That's 5. Hey folks.
Well, what do you think? The police officers shot in Baton Rouge were doing, and was that just? Let's just look at in the end this
here to talk about how to keep our police safe.
This is the message they don't want to publish. They actually interviewed this police officer who tells you how it is, but you can see here they just cut out, because I think he can see through your bullshit and how you wanna frame this all in a race-baiting angle. You wanna frame it whites versus blacks, even though it's actually quite far from it. But let's listen.
It's Sheriff David Clarke of Milwaukee County, Wisconsin. He is going to be speaking at the Republican convention tomorrow night. Sheriff, thank you very much for that horrific day. I spoke to the heads of the sheriff department, the police department, and the state police down there, and they told us how their hearts were reeling. Their message is peace and coming together in the country. What's your message?
You don't believe that for 1 minute, do you?
That their message is?
Yeah.
That's what they said to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe them. Of course
Any
I believe them
protests
when they say
over the deaths of these cops today in Baton Rouge?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Any riots or protests over the police officers in Dallas, Texas?
What are you asking?
It's a pretty simple question.
I asked you if what's your message to the people. Their message is one of peace. What is your message?
My message has been clear from day one 2 years ago. This anti-cop sentiment from this hateful ideology called Black Lives Matter has fueled this rage against the American police officer. I predicted this 2 years ago. So what I want to know,
okay, Sheriff.
do I want to know?
With all due respect, do you know that this was because of that? Do we
Yes,
know
I
that
do.
As a law enforcement officer?
I've been watching this for 2 years. I predicted this. This anti-police rhetoric sweeping the country has turned out some hateful things inside of people. that are now playing themselves out on the American police officer. I want to know, with all of the black on black violence in the United States of America, by the way, when the tragedies happened in Louisiana and Minnesota, do you know that 21 black people were murdered across the United States? Was there any reporting on that?
There was a black officer who was killed today, but
was there any reporting on that?
Sheriff, please, let's just keep the volume down here. So I understand, and listen,
I'm looking at 3 dead cops this week,
Sheriff,
and I'm looking at 5 last year, and you're trying to tell me to keep it down?
If you will just please, we can keep it civil. So, because the message to people at home, I'm sure you want, is one of civility.
I wish, Don, I wish you had that message of civility
have a conversation
toward this
with you.
hateful ideology, these purveyors of hate.
You don't know what my message is.
That's
what I want
they
to say
do.
to you is,
these people preach vile and virtue
we'll be right
in the
back.
name
We're
of
going to go to break,
hate.
and we'll be right back. Are you going to let me talk?
Based sheriff speaking the truth, and okay, I'm not 100% sure if based sheriff can predict that there are gonna be 2 major cop killings in USA 2 years before, and that they are both have military training. Actually, they're both of the black people who shot police officers were military trained. They were ex-military, so that's kind of horrible and strange. But other than that, it's easy to believe. So let's look at okay, cool. Let's look at here. So I want to end on this because I think this is strong stuff, and I want to dedicate this video to the police officers killed in Baton Rouge, and I really hope this racism will stop and this race baiting will stop, because this race baiting is so horrible, it's so fucking disgusting. So this is one of the cops that were killed in Baton Rouge, and before he got shot, he posted this Facebook status, which is, I think is very, very interesting. I'm tired, physically and emotionally, disappointed in some family, friends and officers from some reckless comments. But hey, what's in your heart is in your heart. I still love you all because hate takes too much energy, but I definitely won't be looking at you the same. Thank you to everyone that has reached out to me or my wife. It was needed and much appreciated. I swear to God I love this city, but I wonder if this city loves me. In uniform, I get nasty hateful looks, and out of uniform, some consider me a threat. I've experienced so much in my short life, and these last 3 days have tested me to the core. When people you know begin to question your integrity, you realize they don't really know you at all. Look at my actions, they speak loud and clear. Finally, I personally want to send prayers out to everyone directly affected by this tragedy. These are trying times. Please don't let hate infect your heart. This city must and will get better. I'm working in these streets, so any protester, officer, friends, family or whoever, if you see me and need a hug or you want to say a prayer, I got you. I got you in my heart, and because I'm an atheist, I can't say such a beautiful message that God bless you, and let's have a quiet moment, and I only say that rest in peace and much respect. You died too young.